My name is Karumba. I work for GAIN Rwanda as country representative. We're in Rwanda to address some of the key challenges the country is facing today in terms of nutrition. Rwanda today, the population is 14 million, and 39% of the 14 million, which is estimate, is below the poverty line. That's around 4.2 million people living in poverty. Number two, child stunting is very high at 29.8% per the current estimates for 2022. If you look at anemia as well, among women and children under 5, anemia is still at high, up above the WHO thresholds. That is a challenge. The third one, the current population, the majority of Rwandans cannot afford consumption of healthier diets. 30% of people only consume healthier diets like vegetables 4 times a week. Those numbers are really low, and we are coming in to address some of those challenges. Fourth, post-COVID affected the country. If I look at the World Bank report in 2023, Rwanda was number 8 globally that was affected by high food inflation. And that is putting a lot of strains to the population of Rwanda. And the climate change as well as number 5 has affected us greatly, especially in the northwest, where you find high soil erosion, population affected, agriculture inflation affected, and that has really affected people to afford food, healthier diets, the right choice of food, and that is increasing vulnerability of the Rwandan population. The first entry point in Rwanda is to work with our line ministries like Minagri, Minister of Agriculture and Animal Resources, and the National Child Development Agency to shape the policies, to make sure that our policies are addressing nutrition, are integrating nutrition to address some of those bottlenecks I have highlighted. We cannot achieve our objective without involving the private sector. We know the private sector has a key to play, especially on the promotion of consumption of healthier diets. And the government and GAIN, we are working together to make sure that during the review processes, the private sector were considered and we are part of the policy reviews. And we think going forward, once we implement these policies, the private sector, the SMEs, will be part of this effort as well. Especially every meal, every food we consume, the SMEs are behind that. We understand the issues in nutrition the country is facing. That's why we are conducting research. For example, we're going to help the country assess biofortification situation in the country. If we talk about high iron beans, where do you find them? Who consumes them? Are they in the market? That research will help us to know where do we put resources in terms when we invest in high iron beans or biofortification, for example. To ensure that we cement our presence, we are working with other key players, donors, development partners to work as a team in a multi-sector approach. With the line ministries we are working with to ensure that we are positioning the policy coherently in a multi-sector approach. I have mentioned about the policies we are working on. I've talked about the research, but we're also envisioning to work on value chains of high importance to address the challenges the country is facing. For example, we are looking at eggs value chain because the consumption of eggs in the country is low. We are looking at small fish value chain to increase the consumption of protein, especially the stunting issue. We're also looking at high iron beans, biofortification, to address some of the challenges on anemia. We are also working to look at the workforce nutrition, for example, the key workers who are producing good work but are facing an issue of malnutrition. So this is still an early stage, but these are the areas we want to explore more in the future that are bottleneck to the country. And at the end of the day, what we want to see and achieve in this country is to ensure that people are consuming healthier diets. That has been GAIN's agenda. Make sure that everyone, the most affected people, the poor, are consuming the healthier diets in the country.